lot of folks wonder why we started the center, and that takes a long time to talk about it, because where do you start? So we have to think about people who are listening in for the first time, and then we're bound to run into more folks, new people who want to know just the basics. And if it weren't for our aunt wanting to share her what she knew about our language, began it. It was the first thing that we thought of to continue. That's at least that's what I would say. But myself, I always have something in the back of my mind about what the elders have said, and this is family, and then all those things that were important come out every once in a while, and you want to share that somehow, but sometimes it's hard to do that, to put it in a way that people really want to listen. Maybe they're not interested, So we play it by ear, and you're so good at doing whatever we talk about. You're the one who starts doing it, putting it into action, So what do you think of?
Yeah, well, our motto, to save and to share, was exemplified by your aunt, and so we didn't want to be stuck somewhere where we didn't have the chance to share. So we began looking for a place in town that we could be a center, and so even though we started in 2003 in the garage and in the attic and with all of our books and things piled around. Anyway, we eventually found a building in downtown Banning in the Arts District, and from there we started having lectures and events. So that brought people in, and we had another ulterior motive. We wanted to bring people together, and we wanted the town people to feel great about going out to the res, hence the Dragonfly Gala out there, and we wanted the res people to feel great about coming into town, and we're all one community, so we need to do things that bring us together. The Dragonfly Gala, which we started the very first year, was a fundraiser, not a fundraiser, but it did bring people together, and it's now become an event.
Yeah, well, it helps to have the school start to participate and have them use whatever ideas we have or whatever we produce, and they're interested in language. The families who send their kids to Morongo school, that's what they want, and once the kids learn about themselves, about their people, about their families, about our history, and so on, it builds on itself. And the hardest thing, of course, is to bring the hardliners, whoever lives in one place and stays in one place and doesn't really do a lot anywhere else, And I've noticed that in our work, no matter what it is. And there are those who seek outside. When I say outside, though, it seems strange, but we always thought of Banning as being over there, and that's the outside. And, what do? You mind your manners? Well, it dates back to when I'm thinking one of my cousins said once, it's hard when my starts, I'm helping her shop, and she starts talking loud in our language, and I'm kind of embarrassed, you know, and that sort of thing, you know. And people don't think about that, you know, and that's so. It's hard to figure out a way to do things that we handle all these different problems like that. But if we spend our time worrying about that, then we're not doing creative things for everyone. And the role, of course, is to save and share for everyone. And as you know, always thought of Francisco Morongo, who told the people, young families, you're going to have to work hard, you're going to have to try hard and learn, to learn the new ways and to be successful, or else everyone's going to have a hard time. It'll be hard for anyone. For us, as he was telling them, explaining why they shouldn't just lay back and let the government tell them what to do, and or I can't put myself in his shoes, but I think that he was thinking like that we're the ones have to be knowledgeable about our ways. And one of that was, we were told that younger brother was eventually going to join us and do things differently, and we were going to learn that way because it was going to, it was part of the plan, as you might say. And now we're talking about creation, and we rarely talk about creation because it was always reserved for our families and for ceremonies, and when things were homogeneous in our community, and things weren't changing, and maybe things changed slowly, but now we had a big push to change quickly, and that's why the government was pushing for assimilation and their programs, you know all that. But we had to explain that and bring that up from time to time to whoever was telling about their center. And those who have joined us, they may not know those things, have those thoughts about the need to really share and to think about exactly what they were telling us. And a lot of times we tend to forget. And when we say, carry it out, the whole thought, because I didn't say the whole thought as usual, that if we don't do those things to learn, then we're in trouble. But the other thing is, if we forget our ways and forget our language, then we're in further trouble, because we're wondering around, wondering later why no one speaks our language, and what can we do about it? So that'll wake up call right away to do something about it. And so Aunt Dot had that on her mind as she was working with Eric Elliott. And Eric was a perfect person because he got along with the ladies. He knew how to get them to share their knowledge with him, their language, and through culture, talking about the culture, and then the words, what do they mean, and so forth. So the book Waitayama was a big step, and has helped us ever since, and helps us every day. I guess those of us who are looking for things that we forgot, and so on. So you being the one to spot this place. When I first saw our center, I mean, the possibility, I didn't think it was going to work because it had all these rooms, and how are we going to? So we had a master plan, of course, and it the architect's plans haven't been followed because it was going to take $1 million more, or whatever it was.
2 million.
2 million.
Yeah.
So we're stopped in our tracks because we're not. We don't think that way. We don't know how to raise money, and I say we're kindred in that way.
That's for sure. Oh boy! But the thing that you mentioned about language, now that you've been working with the linguists from San Manuel, and also we have had language classes here at the center, there are people that are really proud to speak their language now, and the youngsters are learning, especially at San Manuel, and then Morongo School is going to emphasize language as well.
Yeah, that's a big step.
It would be huge, yeah. Oh yeah, and Serrano.